What is up, my buttery biscuits? So in today's video I have another makeup chat for you. I have some thoughts and some opinions. Fans seem to be, not even fans really, but people just seem to be a little bit upset with Jeffree Star right now and his new collection, like dealing with a palette and then some other things for his imagery for the collection. So I'm gonna get into my thoughts and opinions and let you guys know the rundown on that. Before we get into that, I just got my Boxycharm for February. I don't know if I let you guys know this before. I am not affiliated with Boxycharm whatsoever. I mean, I wish I was, but I am not. I asked you guys in my previous video when I got my January's box if you guys would like me to do like a full face using the products, testing out the products, things like that, and everybody was like yes. However, I was really intending on doing that for February, but then I got my box and I just am like, okay, like I can't really do like a full face with this, so I'm just gonna go over the products. I'm thinking maybe in a foundation review. You know what? I actually got the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer, so maybe I'll use these products in that video, but I just wanted to go over them with you because I have them and I can't really like do a full face with them, so that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know what to do. Anyways, you guys, so in the box, it came with the Ciate London Everyday Vacay Coconut Setting Powder. And you know, like, I'm curious because I've never tried a Ciate product. The only thing that I really know of them is the like glitter lipsticks, which were like super old. I wonder if this smells like coconut. I'm like, yeah, I don't really smell coconut. I'm curious to try this, but I'm thinking maybe in that e.l.f. video. Also, a new primer from Pure. I've never tried any Pure products. You guys let me know how you like them, but I've heard good things. This is the 4-in-1 Correcting Primer, Energizing and Rescue with aloe, coconut water, and probiotics. Maybe this will be like a good dupe for the Too Faced Hangover Primer because that does have coconut water and probiotics as well, so I'm curious. And then this QMS Intensive Eye Care Day and Night Eye Cream. Literally never heard of QMS. Oh, you know what? I am so stupid. Let me pull up my little thing. So apparently what they do now, I guess, to save paper is they send you a list of your items that you're gonna get. It's insert card, so that way they save paper, I'm assuming. So it says this QMS, y'all. It says this QMS value is $132. I guess I'm living under a rock. I've never heard of QMX. The Ciate London, let's see, the powder $22. Okay, that seems about average. The Pure 4-in-1 Correcting Primer, but like, what is it correct? I don't know. Is $17. Okay, that seems fair. And then you know what's so funny is I wonder if Boxycharm knows that like Kat Von D is canceled now, so they should be giving out like more Kat Von D stuff because now they're gonna have to change the whole packaging because this says Kat Von D. A Cake Pencil Eyeliner, which I think, what is this, Trooper Black? Okay, that's cool, whatever. And then, you know what, actually I'm excited for this. So I am gonna do this in the e.l.f. video, actually, now that I'm looking at it. I got the Luxie Complete sponges, and I do need sponges because my Rihanna sponge, as you guys know, that's my favorite sponge. It is just torn apart, and I've been so cheap at buying a new one, just trying to make it work. So I'm gonna test these out and see how they are. This is what I'm tripped out about because I thought Luxie is like an affordable brand, and it says for these 3 brunches the MSRP is $40. Am I crazy, or am I like, I just don't get like $40 for like for Luxie? I don't know. I guess, I mean, okay, look, you get 3 sponges and Beauty Blender will be like $20 for 1 sponge. However, it's like Beauty Blender, this is Luxie, and I think they're known for their brushes. And y'all, I have some of their brushes, and to be honest with you, I don't really like them very much. So that's why I'm just kind of like, $40 for these sponges, but I'm gonna test them out. Anyways, I just wanted to talk about these things inside here because I really did want to do a like full face video for you guys, but like, how do I do like a full face with that? You know what I mean? Other people were getting foundation inside of their box, and I was kind of like, oh, I'm gonna do a foundation review, but I didn't end up getting the foundation, so I'm just kind of like, eh. But you know what? I'll try that out in my e.l.f. review, the setting powder at least, and the primer, and I guess maybe the sponge too. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Anyways, just wanted to do a little makeup chat, as you guys know. So getting into the chisme with Jeffree Star. Oh, by the way, if you guys are new here, hit the subscribe button, turn on your post notifications so that way you guys get notified when I upload a new video. Make sure you guys give this video a big thumbs up. I would really appreciate that. I always am like tending to forget that now, and I have to remember that. Anyways, jumping into the Jeffree chisme. Apparently, you know what, to be dead honest with you guys, I really didn't even notice one of the biggest complaints, and he actually addressed this on his Instagram stories as well as his Snapchat, and I literally just did not pay attention to it. A lot of people are complaining that there's not enough purples in the palette, and y'all, like, look, I'm looking at the palette right now. I'll put the picture right up here. I am seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 purples in the palette, maybe 8. I don't know if that shade all the way to the left, I can't read it, it's kind of blurry, but that shade all the way to the left, that could possibly be a dark purple as well too. So maybe even 9. Like I'm kind of like, wait, how is there not enough purples? I don't know. To me personally, maybe because I have the Norvina Volume 1, which is like a lot of purples in there as well too. Maybe I'm kind of like, oh, I don't need so many purples. I guess people were expecting like all 15 shades or 18 shades to be all purple. I just don't get it. So people were really upset by that, saying, where's the purple? There's no purple in here. But y'all, like, correct me if I'm wrong. Please let me know. You guys know I'm completely open to your guys' feedback. But I'm telling you, the second shade looks purple. The third shade looks purple. Going down into the third row, like I said, that one all the way to the left that looks like black, it could be a dark grape color. That one looks purple. The third shade in, or fourth shade in, looks purple. The first shade of the fourth row, and the second shade, and the last shade, and then the very last shade in the bottom right. Like, those all look purple to me, so that's why I'm kind of like, and y'all, look, okay, keep it real, okay? I literally never defend Jeffree in any type of way, because, look, he has done a lot of things wrong, he's done a lot of things that I disagree with, and I have no problem giving you guys my opinion on it. You guys know I've stated it like 3 times in videos before in the past, that I feel like people are so, like, scared, I guess, to say anything negative about Jeffree because the hate comes out. And you know what's so funny? If you guys watched my recent video about Jeffree, my thoughts and opinions about the Bloodlust collection, the only thing that I had bad to say was really about the merch. I thought the merch was just really tacky in my personal opinion, and I did do a clickbait thumbnail with my little thumbs down saying that it was tacky, but I specifically put the merch in there because I thought the merch was tacky. Y'all, I got like the most thumbs down that I ever got, and I just think it's very funny because obviously people just look at the thumbnail and they're like, oh, you know, the Jeffree stans are, woo, they're soldiers. The Jeffree stans are really soldiers and they go hard for you. But I feel like everyone just has an opinion, and everyone needs to just shut up and be like, you know what? Hey, you think this way about him, you think this way about the collection, I view it this way, whatever. Leave it at that. Everyone has an opinion, like I said, and it's just really not that deep. And just because I think the merch is tacky and you guys like it, there's no need to hate. It's that simple. If y'all like it, rock it. I don't. That's it. As simple as that. But like I said, getting on to it, like, I'm really good at commending Jeffree when he does good and when he comes out with a collection that I really like. Y'all know this collection, to me, I'm like, that palette, I'm literally gagging over it. I want it so bad. To be honest with you, like, dead honest, the Conspiracy palette, y'all know I did my thoughts and opinions on it. This Conspiracy palette to me is just kind of like, the colors are like, whatever, you know. Did it work good? Yes, it did. But the colors, honestly, I haven't really used that palette since doing my review on it. This purple palette right here, it's inspiring me. Like, I see so many different looks that I want to do with this, and I'm really excited for this palette, and it's cohesive. The color story makes sense. I swear that one doesn't, so I commend Jeffree on that. But as you guys know, in the past, I have had things to say about Jeffree that I completely disagree with, even though I do find him as inspirational, you know what I mean? Coming from his background, coming from his history and growing an empire, I find that inspirational. Anyways, moving on into the next thing, a lot of people, and this is where I wanted to have a completely open conversation with you guys. Look, people are going ham about his hairstyle in his campaign imagery for the Bloodlust collection because he has locks in there. This is the thing that is just so crazy to me, you guys, and this is where I wanted to have an open conversation, is I guess maybe I need to be a little bit more woke, apparently, because, you guys, I have grown up in the most diverse area. You guys know this. I grew up in San Pedro, Long Beach area of Los Angeles County, and it is literally, I'm not kidding you, the most diverse area that you could possibly have out there. And this is the thing that, to me, over a hairstyle, people are going crazy. And I just remember in the 90s, actually, you know, growing up in a very diverse neighborhood, like I said, my mom would be having our black neighbors braid her hair, and it was just kind of like, oh, my mom's like, oh, I like your braids, and they're like, oh, girl, you want some? Like, okay, and start braiding her hair. Like, it literally was never anything as deep as it is now. And I think that it sucks because on the internet, people tend to blow things up way out of proportion. And You know what's so crazy? I don't know if you guys have seen the one video actually that I had my ex-boyfriend in. He had long dreadlocks, and it was so crazy. He grew up in Italy, which, by the way, they don't even know really much about the whole racism history going on in America. So him having long dreadlocks literally was never any type of problem. When I first started talking to him, I said, you know what, like, you having that hairstyle over here could be a problem because people are raising such issues about dreadlocks. And he was like, but like, why? Like, this right here is a natural hairstyle that happens with anybody's hair. It can be dreaded. It's not just a cultural thing, especially island living. He grew up in Sicily and was living in Ibiza for 5-6 years, so it was like an island style type of thing. This is the thing to me that I think is so crazy is, y'all, I'm just telling you my personal experiences being with him and him having long dreadlocks. He had his dreadlocks 5 years grown out, so you can imagine they were almost down to his butt. And like, y'all, black people would come up to him all the time and be like, oh dang, your dreads are nice, your dreads are bomb, they're so, how long have you been growing them? Everyone was so nice about it. No one has ever came up to him and said, what are you doing with that hairstyle? It belongs to black culture only. Never. So that's why to me, I'm like, maybe I am just in the most diverse area, but I have never seen any type of hate like this. And I think like a year or 2 years ago, I tweeted out a tweet and I said, what is the difference between cultural appropriation and appreciation? Because if you appreciate someone's hairstyle and you replicate that, it could be seen as appreciation in my eyes. But y'all know me by now, I'm just an overly optimistic person, and maybe I'm just always looking at the things in the positive light rather than the negative light. I don't know. This is where I'm saying I need to be a little bit more woke, because I look at a hairstyle like this and I just don't see anything wrong with it. And I know, obviously, look, like me being a non-black person, a lot of people say, oh, you can't have an opinion about this, you can't talk about this. But I think that we do need to talk about this, because me specifically, like I said, y'all know, growing up in the hood, no one ever made a big deal or fought about this. I'm telling you, growing up in the hood, if, like, say for example, my sister would, you know, say to a black girl, oh my god, I really like your hair, she'd be like, oh girl, you want me to do your hair? Literally, like, they would like be inviting to someone else having that hairstyle. And that's what I grew up in. And I'm just like, maybe I should have grown up in like Alabama. I don't really know. Like, growing up in a diverse area, there was never no hate. In this day and age, there is so much hate on everything, and everyone's labeled a racist. And I know a lot of people may be saying it's because of Jeffree's past, but how do you move past that? You know, how do you move past something that was 10, 11 years ago? Obviously, like I said, I'm a non-black person, so I can never in any way, shape, or form accept an apology that he had put out. But how do people grow past that? Because me, like I said, please keep it in mind, that's why I'm having this conversation, because I do want to be educated about it. When I look at something like this, I see it as appreciation, and I'm not defending Jeffree in the slightest. Please go back on my channels, go back on my channel, on my videos. I've had very unpopular opinions, you know, to say about Jeffree, and say, you know what, I disagree with him in this, and I feel like he can't hold a friend in the beauty industry, and I feel like he sometimes comes off way too abrasive. Like, I've had very, you know, unpopular opinionated things to say about Jeffree, so I have no problem calling him out, because I don't want it to seem like I am defending him in any type of way. But I just look at this and I don't see anything wrong with it, because that's what I grew up with. And I don't know, I feel like this day and age, like, I'm just keeping it real. Y'all know my dad is white, but I feel like this day and age, every complaint that I'm seeing about black hairstyles is coming from white people, and that to me I just don't get. And I was looking through the comments and I did see, actually, I believe she could, maybe I'm wrong, she could be, judging by her profile picture, a black person of color, and she said, I honestly can't for the life of me understand why anyone should be offended by a hairstyle. This is one because I can't be a part of. Why should anyone dictate the type of hairstyle another should have? This is so unfair. Jeffree Star / everyone has a right to wear any hairstyle. And it's so crazy because, like, to be honest with you, that's something that I grew up with, and that's why I have a little bit of a difficult time understanding why everyone is so offended by this. But I just have to take a step back, take it to you guys, and say, give me your guys' feedback, because I don't get it. Like, I really don't, because like I said, the area that I grew up in, y'all, everyone had braids, everyone had, you know, certain types of locks, and I don't know the name of it, but you know when they have the beads in the hair, like, all the girls had that, you know? So to me, I'm just kind of like, when I see this type of thing, I'm like, wow, I grew up and everyone was just mixed, and it was open to all races, you know? So it's crazy to see that things, honestly, in my opinion, are becoming more segregated than I have ever seen. Like, a hairstyle is segregated to a certain ethnicity, a style is segregated to a certain ethnicity, and to me, I'm just like, whoa, what happened? We used to be the melting pot here in America. I know that we have a tough history, but we used to be a melting pot of diversity, and I think that this day and age is getting a little rough, you know. And I don't know, I have to sit back and say I thank God that I grew up in the area that I grew up in, because it was so diverse and there was never this type of negativity that you see online. Like, online, everyone now is labeled as a racist, everyone now is labeled as a cultural appropriator. And I don't know, in the 90s and where I grew up, it was just so beautiful. Everyone, hey, I like that style. And people would be like, oh yeah, I got this here, I got this here. Hey, I like that hair. Oh girl, I know where to get my hair done. Go to this place, get your hair done. Like, you know, I don't know. Times are changing, and I think that it sucks. And low-key, I wish I could go back to the 90s. Like, I know that we had some bad things happen in the 90s, but I don't know, where I grew up, it was all about appreciation, not appropriation. But I don't know. You guys let me know your thoughts and opinions on this. I wanted to have this conversation because, obviously, like I said, I came from a very, very different area, apparently, than a lot of people on the internet. So to me, everything was always seen as appreciation, not appropriation. So anyways, you guys, that's my thoughts and opinions on this. Let me know, like I said, because I love hearing you guys' feedback on this, and I'll catch you guys in my next video. Peace out, Girl Scout.